Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Hanging with Hodge. I'm Hodge. Glad you could make it out. Well, recently we had an unfortunate event, and I wanted to talk about that today. Thankfully, nobody was hurt, but, well, let's get into it. So I said, we had a recent unfortunate event. I let somebody borrow my car, and it did not come back in the same condition that I lent it out in. Matter of fact, it's not coming back at all. So I want to share with you how we're going to recover from this, because at some point, pretty much everybody's going to buy a car. And watching a lot of videos on YouTube, there are a lot of things that talk about how to negotiate with car dealerships, what to watch out with car dealerships. So I'm not going to get into that. But I am going to get into how do you, I've got a hornet here. How do you find the best value for, or the vehicle with the best value? So oftentimes we're looking at multiple vehicles. They've got different mileage. So how do you determine, and different prices, so how do you determine which one is the best value? And so let's go ahead and walk through this now. We'll bring up the computer here, and we're going to walk through this step by step. But essentially, there's a value to mileage that we perform, calculation that we perform, where it is the MSRP, subtract off the sales price that the dealer is currently selling it for, and divide that by the number of miles on the vehicle, and you will get your value per mile that the dealer is taking off. So the higher the value on that, the better the deal is for you. So this allows us to compare actually across even different types of cars if we want to, but we're going to do this. I recently did this for my wife when we bought her minivan. We bought her a Chrysler Pacifica. So we're going to do this again, and we're going to use Chrysler Pacifica as our base. So let's go ahead and get into it. Cheers. I'm going to start off at Edmunds.com to look for vehicles. So you can use your own favorite website. I'm going to use Edmunds here, and we're going to go to Shop Used. And I am looking specifically for, in my area, and I want to look in store. I don't want to buy online. I happen to know I'm looking this time here for a Chrysler Pacifica. And I want to limit the year. I want just the newer ones. So when I look here, I can start off to see we've got some Touring L minivans. And if I select this one here, it will bring it up over here. This tells me that the vehicle is located at Lowell, Michigan, at the Ziegler Ford over in Lowell. So I'm going to start grabbing some information, and when I look at the previous over here, I see that there are some other ones over at Ziegler Ford as well. So I'm going to go ahead and Google and get their website, and I'm going to come to their site, and I'm going to look up their Chrysler Pacificas over here. I did the same thing on making which year models that I wanted, so it limited it down as well in the model trims. So now I've got here the Pacifica L Touring. Now I've gone ahead and I've set up an Excel file here, and I already know that I'm looking at 4 different vehicles. I've grabbed their stock numbers. They all happen to be at Ziegler Ford and Lowell. And now I need to get the MSRP, the price, the mileage, and then we'll calculate out the value per mile and add any notes that we need. So when we Alt-Tab back to here, we can see that the first one here, it's got 83,037 miles on it. So we're going to drop that in here, 87,307 miles on it. 83,000. 37 miles. The price is 19,494. 19,494. And for the MSRP on this one here, we can come down to the Carfax. Open up the window sticker, and I'm going to be using the total price here as my MSRP. That does include the destination charge. The main thing is be consistent. So here it's 42,133. I'm going to add that in over here at 42,133. And here's the magic. Value per mile. For every mile on the vehicle, how much is the dealer taking off of the MSRP to get that price? So in our function bar, I'm going to do an equal paren. I want D2, which is that field there, minus E2, get the difference, right paren, and I'm going to divide it by the mileage, so F2. We'll tab out of there. So on this vehicle, the dealer is giving 27.1 cents per mile for this vehicle. So let's go take a look at the next one. Close out of the screen. Now I do always look at the Carfax because you could have different features added in. So this one here, it's got 63,670 miles. So 63,670 miles. The price is $21,994. $21,994. And the MSRP come down to Carfax. And click on the original window sticker. 42,133, it's the same. 42,133. Now I can just come over here and drag this down. And that tells me I'm getting 31.6 cents per mile off of this vehicle. Better value. What about the next one? Goes out of these. And so this one here, the mileage on it. And again, I've got the stock number there. This is right here when I go into the dealership, I can tell them I want this specific stock number. 70,363. 70,363. The price is 19,994. 19,994. And the MSRP, again, no accidents. Original window sticker, 42,133. 42,133. Now, if it didn't have the original window sticker, you could Google to see what the MSRP on that was. We're going to drag this down. 31.4 versus 31.6. This is a higher value. This is still my better deal so far. Let's take a look at this last one, which is a Chrysler Pacifica Limited versus a Touring L. So we'll close these out. So that's this one here. So mileage on it is 76,309. 76,309. The price on this one is 22,475. 22,475. And the MSRP on this, go to the Carfax. Now right off the bat I see, oh, this one's been in an accident. So I may not want this one. The original sticker value is 53,45. 53,45. And we'll drag this on down here. So now on this one here, it's 36.5 cents per mile that they're taking off of the original MSRP to get to the price that they're offering. However, this one has been in an accident. For me, that's a no-go. I don't want to get purchase a vehicle that's been in an accident previously. So with that as a known factor, I would skip on that one there. So for me, now, it may not be a driving factor for you, but for me it is. So on this one here, my best value, if I were going to be going out to buy it, would be this one here that's offering 31.63. Now, something I could do is, if I like the fact that one of these other ones had, if they happen to have better mileage, but maybe not the right value per mile, is now I have something to start off as a base to go in and do the math and make an offer on something else. All right, so there you have it. It's that simple. You can find out your value per mile, and the highest one is the best value. Whether I can afford the best value or not is a different question, but it lets you look across and find out what's your best value that you're going to get when you're buying a vehicle. You can also use it as negotiating factors when you go in to the dealership to say, hey, you're giving this much off of this vehicle, this much off of this vehicle, but I want this one, so give me the same value. So if you like the video, click the like button. If you like just hanging out, click that subscribe button, click the bell notification. You'll get notified when I upload new content. Thanks. Drink your coffee. Have a great day.